Okay, let's get everything together here.
Oh, that is stylish.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I like how.
Yeah. I got mine right here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
Look at that.
good morning, everybody. Here we are. Flock around the table, New Year's edition.
Yeah, right?
Hey, we've had our morning touch here.
We've had our morning breakfast.
That's it.
Yes, we have. Very
Hello,
good.
welcome back. My name's Deb.
I'm Sue.
I'm Micah.
And we're here again to flock around the table on December 27th, 2020.
Yes.
Episode number.
27. Yay! I mean, when does that
We
happen?
work. I mean, we
Serendipity.
we schedule this out.
We
for
sure
sure.
Oh, sure we do.
We do. Okay,
Sure.
I think I can write and do this at the same time. So we'll
Right
see.
into
You just
Think I
can't
think
smile. They rest right on my cheeks.
right.
They're there.
They're there.
Can you
So
guess where I got these? Okay.
everyone knows where you got them.
Yeah, we know where you got them.
Hope you're all ready for the new year.
Yeah.
You're going to celebrate. We're all going to wave goodbye to 2020, and we're going to
Flip
cheer.
it off.
Flip it off. Oh! Your Christmas presents finally came.
Oh.
I'll get them.
Oh, yay!
Yay, we all get to open them
Oh wait,
together.
I'm not going to start knitting then if I'm getting a Christmas present
Woo! Yay.
because I like presents.
Me too.
This one's for you,
Me. Oh!
and this one's for you.
Oh, it's
I got
squishy.
sparkly paper.
It's squishy.
I know. I had a lot of squishy mail in my mailbox.
It's squishy, guys.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Oh, man! Oh, Toad, look!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, my God, is that...
That is the best.
This is so cute. Oh, and is that me? I mean, seriously, the Grinch.
You have to put that on.
I do. Hold on.
Hold on, I'm getting rid of paper.
I'm gonna get out of the knives. You don't need to see what's underneath this shirt. Okay, hang in, folks.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
You
oh.
get butt nuggets.
No.
Close. Oh,
It fits
OMG.
perfect on my boobs. What'd you get?
What a year. But we rolled with it. Oh my gosh, you guys, it says what a year, but we rolled with it.
It's dented toilet papers with a star.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
That's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Thank you. This is so you. That's
Oh, I
perfect.
know, right?
Yay!
And like you totally are the Grinch, not.
Nah, that's okay.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
Oh, you're gonna take it off?
Yeah, it's too hot. It's long sleeves.
I got on long sleeves. I got 2 long sleeves on.
Well, I figured you could wear yours to work, Sue. And they
Yeah,
would
I
love
could.
it.
Yeah, I can wear it.
If I were with you, I'd wear it every day this week.
I just might. I just might.
Little
So
online
fun.
shopping, folks.
Yay!
Online shopping
Was
never
this
fails
like-
with us.
Was it the midnight 2
Uh,
a.m. type online shopping?
was it? It might have been. I still have my daughter-in-law's one gift that I've bragged about that's so perfect. It's going to be perfect when it gets here. Still hasn't come.
it still
Oh, really?
hasn't come?
Yeah.
Well, they were saying that. I mean, the post office said they did they had so much more than what they normally did.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, people were sending instead of going to visit.
now I didn't get any noisemakers.
If I go like
oh,
that,
look
then
at
you can.
here. I can sit on my glasses.
Here, I can
That's good.
scrunch mine in with my hair, and it
There
just
you go.
sits up
Just
there.
sits up there. You have hair. I don't. You know,
I got lots of hair.
I have
I
noticed
have hair to donate.
when I've gone back to watch, you can really see my bald spots a lot on TV. See, so
well, don't watch it then.
yeah, I'm not.
There you go.
She doesn't watch it, so she doesn't know how much I roll my eyes.
Yeah, I don't. One of these days, I'm going to go through, and if I did, I'm going to
And
start
count 'em?
counting them. Whatever. So
Whatever.
anyway, I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Welcome back for flocking around the table to our subscribers and our new people who find us and all that fun stuff. So
Yeah.
click and say hey and whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
comments. Love comments.
Say hey.
Say
For
hey.
sure, say hey.
Yeah, we got to do that. and I opened up the Revelry group. And
Uh-huh.
one of the things that people wanted to know was a little more about us on the Revelry group.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you know that I'm deaf, and I'm in my 60s, and I'm a retired nurse, critical care nurse, and I live with my husband and my dog, Abner, which I'm sure I've talked about
The
before.
husband is Mikey. The
It's
dog
Mikey.
is Abner.
Yeah, the dog is Abner. And I knit and sew and crochet and cross stitch and basically have a hoarded house, but not with all the trash all over the place. You can walk through my house. I have like it's like 2,600 square feet. And my husband says, we live in about 300. Like we have a path.
Because
that
the
you
rest
can
of
go
it is taken up with
with
just
stuff.
stuff.
Right.
With Deb's hobbies.
Yeah.
But, you know, she's getting to the point now where she's run out of room in her house. So she's buying these trinkets and such like this.
Right.
And she drops them
Yeah.
at my house.
Right. And see, because Sue doesn't
hoping
have
she's-
clutter.
She's hoping to fill up.
And now I have an avenue to
house.
put it.
Yeah.
Well, Sue's moved most recently, so and that always
Yeah.
caused you to clean
It
things
kind
out.
of it does, and I haven't moved. We've been in our house for 30 years.
Yeah, see, I've been
Yeah.
in mine for
So you've had
25.
30 years worth of collecting.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
Mikey and I, if there's a dry spot or an open spot on a wall, that means it's meant for a box of something. And at first, it's a box that we are going to use whatever's in that box at some point. Like he bought a new microwave ceiling, a fan for my kitchen, and it came on Mother's Day, and he's gonna do it. And I said, okie dokie. And
what year, Mother's Day?
Yeah.
this past
Oh, okay.
year.
Oh, this
Yeah,
past year.
yeah. And
Oh, well, then
I-
he's still doing pretty good then.
yeah, he really is. And it's in the I mean, it's a big box.
It's in the dining room.
It
Well, that's
was.
close.
So, but it became storage. I mean, it was an empty spot to put crap on.
Oh, sure.
So I said it needs to go to the storage unit. Get it out of here so that we can, Well, then he decides to open the box. So I'm thinking, oh, good, that's all I had to do. Yeah, he's going to put it up. No, he just took the glass parts out in case something happened at the storage unit. Then he wouldn't have to worry about the glass pieces breaking.
But then what'll happen is he'll lose them.
We won't
when
remember where
we
they-
put them.
where
Yeah,
we
where
put
you
'em.
put them.
Because he put them in a drawer, in the one buffet drawer that's in
So
the...
what you need to
so-
do then is write a note and put it in the box that's in the storage thing that
I hadn't
says
thought about that.
the glass pieces for this are in such and such a drawer.
When we put the Christmas stuff...
That's what I would
Yeah.
do because I would forget. Because
I will too.
5 years from now, you will just.
I'll
won't
be
know.
open the thing. And see, that's what I always said I was going to... One of the things I always wanted to invent was a light that disintegrates cardboard. And I'm sure I'm not the only female out there that would put it in their garage because husbands wait forever to put this stuff together, right? And we clean out her cardboard.
I get a lot of stuff from Amazon.
Right.
And
Or via the mail.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of boxes built up, and Mikey and Deb were over at my house, and Mikey had helped I had my bicycle hanging on hooks in my garage, and Mikey helped me get it down.
Right.
And when he was in my garage, he looked around and thought, there's a lot of boxes
There's a
here.
lot of boxes in here.
So it was last week
Yeah.
that they came over and
Week ago. Yeah. Last
broke
Sunday.
down all those boxes and took them all away.
Yeah, he did.
So it was wonderful. Did you take some paper towels? You should have taken some paper towels.
No, we kind of straightened over in the corner, kind of moved stuff around because he wanted to make sure he was getting all the boxes.
I had 2 big cases of paper towels that I inadvertently ordered. I mean, eventually I'll use them if I live long enough, but
You can always set up a stand on the corner.
for $1 you can have paper towels.
Let somebody stop. Like the lemonade stands? Pretty soon we're going to have people sitting out there with
Toilet paper and
paper towels.
and
And
Kleenexes.
Lysol and all that other stuff that's available.
I'm going to start taking it to my mother.
The fish place right here that just opened up.
Kaplinger's?
Kaplinger's. When the pandemic started and you couldn't get toilet paper, then you couldn't get chicken, you couldn't get meat,
Right.
Kaplinger's actually put on their website they were selling toilet paper for 50 cents a roll. Like, seriously, they were. And meat, you could buy any kind of meat from them because they were getting it from a
Can you
wholesaler.
imagine? Right. But can you imagine 50 cents? And they probably paid, what, $3 or $4 for the whole package? And there's probably, 40
no.
packages in it?
No,
40
I
things?
mean,
I don't buy toilet
because
paper, so I don't know what the
I'm
cost
still
is.
working. I'm still working.
Mhm.
And I order all of that sort of thing
Mm-hmm.
for us. And no, it's probably about 50 cents a roll.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even when you buy it wholesale.
Yeah, I don't even know. I order like I order that kind of paper towels and toilet paper from Amazon, and I started off with a subscription, so they're going to send me this box of paper towels every 6 months. And I guess I thought I was going to be, I don't know
Right,
what I
through
thought
that
I was.
many?
And so now I've got 2 full boxes. Well, it's not full, but I've got almost 2 full boxes, and so
Yeah.
and
My
I have plenty of
neighbor-
toilet paper. So
My neighbor actually sent it. She's got relatives down in I don't know, Chile or somewhere like that, and they wrapped up toilet paper and the fancy paper towels with the designs on them,
Oh,
which
yeah, sure.
weren't out as much this year.
Yeah,
And
no.
she sent them the Ziploc bags with the Christmas
the-
characters and stuff
yeah.
like that, because they don't get that stuff down there. So that she said, I said, "Geez, it's got to cost you a small fortune." She says, "I know." She goes, "But I think they sell it." She goes,
yeah.
"I don't think they keep it. I think they use it as gifts for their people because, And I'm like, okay, well, sending it off to Chile, away it goes or something. I haven't been to Chile.
See, we don't know how lucky we are. I was talking to Mom. I was spent Christmas with my mom, and we're all kind of standing in line waiting for the check, the stimulus check to come. And I was saying to Mom, you know what? I've got a set income. I don't need, my bills are paid.
Right.
You're the same way.
Right.
You don't need the money.
No.
You don't need the money.
I don't need the money either.
If they would take the money from folks like us who don't really need it and give it to the people who did,
Yeah.
they could give them more
The
money.
small
and
businesses that are going
small
under.
businesses
Yeah.
and people who aren't working
Yeah.
and things like that. It would be I think it would be better because then
Yeah.
the folks who are really desperate would get
Yeah, I agree.
more what they need.
I agree with that. However, if it does come in January, I'm going to use it for Disney.
Well, I thought
So.
maybe I'd use it for a new TV, but
I
again,
told my
Yeah,
we need
I-
a new one too. It's not
I
something
agree
that's
with
there.
you.
yeah,
I-
it's
It's there.
just silly.
It's something that can
And
go on. You know what I mean?
Both of my boys are working. Both of my daughters-in-law are working. They don't
We
need.
have fortunate.
Yeah, lucky
families.
through this whole thing, and that's one of the things, the reflection that you do at this time of year. I have to admit, with Christmas, Mikey was up at his sister's. It was very quiet. It was very simple, But you do start to think, and and watching the TV, and then they were telling Christmas stories, and they were
You
telling.
have to take those
about-
glasses off. I'm
Do
sorry.
we?
Up a little
that
higher.
better?
You can
You're
actually.
Is that
fine.
better?
But that one was hanging down right in front of your eye, and that.
I didn't see it.
No, I think we're.
I'm going to
the
roll
three
my
of
eyes
us.
at her.
I think the three of us are have fortunate
Yeah.
circumstances in
Yeah.
our family where
Right.
my
It's-
business was deemed essential.
Right.
I'm
Oh,
not.
well.
I'm not a frontline worker
Worker,
by any
no,
means,
no.
but my business is in water, so water is essential.
True.
I'm fond of it.
Yeah, I think we all are.
And I'm pleased
so
that-
I have
yeah.
worked through the whole thing, and so all of our
And I have to admit, I'm pleased that a lot. I mean, we heard about them every once in a while that so and so would get sick or a nurse would get sick.
Sure,
or they
yeah.
they tell you
Yeah.
about somebody who died or something like that. But I think, for the most part, I think a lot of our frontline workers have done very well and have stayed healthy and
Yeah.
kept their jobs. And Mikey talks to the one lady at Meyer that he sees that they've
Yeah.
done because they have a
There you
routine
go.
going
Yeah.
on Thursday evenings, and they always check out with Marty, and they know the managers and stuff like that. And she was saying, there are times that you're just wondering when the spike came up, why am I doing this, and what it was. And Marty said, I had to kick myself in the butt and get in here. You know what I mean? And I talked to a friend of mine who's a critical care down at Methodist, and she said the same thing. She said, normally you go in, you hope you have a quiet night, and you hope you get the code bed where you don't get anybody, you know what I mean, and you're pulling lines, and it's not quite as bad, she says, but, the whole year since March has been, you go in and it's 12 hours zooming through because you've got to
Nonstop,
hang
yeah.
this and hang that and check this,
Yeah.
and this one's not doing good, and a lot of times working night shift like she does, she says, it's you put them to sleep. You know what I mean? You don't have them going. Well, it's a rule. You don't have them going to X-ray. You don't have the doctors coming in rewriting orders and family. So she says that you put them to sleep and usually have a quiet time. But just as you get one settled, someone else would get sicker. She says it's been a year of really working at it. So, and I did
Not
use
fun.
No, it's been a year of reflection and time to kind of look forward. But
We're all looking forward to 2021. I can say that.
I am.
And we've been lucky. We've been real healthy
Yeah.
and able to get together. And
Sue's got a big birthday coming up.
Shush up.
oh yeah,
Shush up.
And we're going to have to do something.
Shush.
Really,
Shush.
really
Shush.
oh,
big
it's going to be
for
like
Yeah. Okay, I turned 50 in March, guys.
we have plans.
we do. We have plans.
I remember 50. It was a good year.
Yeah.
It is, and it's not.
I
a
remember
depressive
60.
side.
I'm fine with 50.
50 is good because 50 you're like, fuck it, I can say anything I want. I'm 50 years old, you know?
I say anything I want right
Well, you
now.
too. I was going to say she hasn't
I-
refrained.
Yeah.
I don't refrain from saying fuck. Matter of fact, I only did one more repeat on my hat. And I'll let you guys know. I don't think I'm going to show it today, but if you want to see it, just go back to the last episode. I thought I might put in 2020, and I decided I'm not going to do that on this hat.
No.
There's a few reasons.
Okay.
One, I know what that particular yarn does because I made a sweater out of it.
Okay.
Hence why I had
Okay.
a lot left over. And it pills. So
okay.
I really don't want to have the 2020 on there when I know the hat's going to pill.
Right.
So I'm going to do the hat again.
Okay.
And I'm going to graph out the 2020 to put it in
okay.
somewhere in there. And I want the brim to be longer so that when I fold it over. Yeah. At any rate, I will still finish this hat and I will wear this hat. But I'm not going to put the 2020 in this one.
Okay.
I probably will do it out of
something else.
Not sure.
I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like with a variegated, kind of like with the yarn that Mike is going to show you in a little bit.
When you
And
do
then just
color
kind of-
work, you really don't want to use a variegated because sometimes it's really hard to see the color.
Well, that's
work
why
itself.
I would do it so that I could wear
So
the
you-
hat all,
You wear a hat all
over.
the time and you can't really see it.
Yeah. See, because my husband would be like, I don't know her.
He says that anyway.
I could do it in cursive that nobody could read that anyway unless you're older.
That's true. You got a point there because they don't teach it to kids anymore. I know.
No, they don't.
And I have to admit, my niece has a real hard time reading my mom's handwriting.
Handwriting?
Well, one, she's 92, so it's gone downhill. But but it was very loopy as it was anyway. So it's kind of hard
I
to
saw
see.
a meme the other day on how to punish your kids nowadays.
What's that?
Put them in a room with just a TV with no remote control, a dial-up phone, like a wall-mounted phone, no cell phones, no computers, and instructions on how to use things written in cursive.
You say that. How funny that with a
But
phone.
it's the truth.
It's true.
It's the truth.
I was watching a movie this week, and they had a guy in a room, and he's like, "You're gonna call," and they were like in Europe somewhere. I mean, some old dungeon.
Right.
And what's on the desk was a dial phone, you know. And the guy, like this, and he looks at it, and he's like,
trying to touch.
seriously doing this. He didn't even know, and he's like, "Your phone's broke." I'm thinking, oh my God, is that not today? My niece used to come over and she'd love my phone. She'd call her friends on my phone, on our kitchen phone. Oh yeah, it's so retro. Because it was stuck to the wall and it had a cord that was 80 feet long.
So you could hit any room in the house.
Any room in the house.
Yeah.
And so she thought that was just the funniest thing that
Or to
was
have
there.
the phone that has that hand thing on the bottom and the cord that doesn't stretchy, but like the gray one that connected and you walked around with the actual phone part and you're like this. Did you ever have a phone like that? Like
No.
an
Your
office
regular
type phone? Like
an
a regular one where you know.
Oh yeah, you mean like a tabletop?
Yeah, like
yeah,
a tabletop,
yeah.
but
And
it
it
has
had
a
a
little
little holder in the back.
in the back where you could pick it up and walk around with the phone and talk. But the gray cord.
But the great
Oh my
because
gosh.
you had to use the cord from the wall to the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
That was the one that had to be long.
Yeah.
This was years ago. My friends and I used to put on a weekend camp for kids with handicaps. And my one friend, who was a nurse, came to camp for the weekend, and she had left her children at home with a nanny or whatever. And she had this portable phone. It was one of the very first.
Oh, a big
Yeah.
brick phone.
A big, yeah.
A Zach Morris phone.
And we couldn't figure out how to answer it.
Oh.
Okay, so she called her nanny and she said, this is the number, call me back, don't hang up. We're trying to figure out how to answer this phone.
Oh my
and
gosh.
we pushed every button in the book and then finally found the one that connected us so she could talk to her.
I know.
It was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was hysterical. But that
gosh.
was many years ago.
Yeah.
My phone is
Day
much
or two
smaller
ago.
now.
Yeah.
I know, but it's
They
so
get
cool.
small and then they get big. And then
I know,
they get small and then they get
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
And there's a slide out, so you know us people who can't figure out the thumb thing.
Well,
Yeah.
and
And
I
I always
really,
had to have a slide out for the longest time.
and I really like the new. There's one. I think it's a Galaxy phone. It actually folds over, but the screen is like flat. It's so cool because you go back to that compact size that fits in the
I don't
pocket.
know. Yeah.
So I don't know about
Well, that fits
but
in my pocket.
we'll just actually have another person here. Look at it. Looks like there's somebody behind there. How cool
They
is
look
that?
like martini glasses.
No. If you look in the things, you kind of think there's somebody in
Don't
the
pay any
windows.
attention to her. It doesn't look like there's anybody there.
There's somebody there.
You're delusional.
No,
Whatever.
I'm not. I am not delusional.
So everyone had a good Christmas.
We had a good Christmas.
Yeah, uneventful. Just
Uneventful,
Jamie and
just
I.
kinda-
Actually, uneventful at this point in my life is pretty good. I
Yeah.
almost got killed driving home from my mother's.
That's not good.
That's fine.
I honest to God almost got killed. I was driving and I was passing, this truck was hauling a trailer, like taking it to Florida to set up for people who are going to Florida. Anyway, and I was up right about to the front of the trailer, not to the truck yet. He turns on his turn signal, he pulls out in front of me.
In your blind spot.
I was
No.
in his bomb
Yeah,
line.
that's what I mean.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, but he had
still.
these great big
Oh, I
honking
know.
ears.
He wasn't paying any attention.
He wasn't.
No.
He wasn't. I
my-
slammed on my brakes, pulled over into. My earring just fell out. Pulled over onto the shoulder, honked my horn.
And shook.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
adrenaline was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Ah!" But yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah, that's.
And I thought, you idiot! I thought all kinds of things, and
I'm sure there was a few curse words that went through
Yeah.
your mind.
it even startled my dog.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we can't have Harley start.
Yeah.
No. He sleeps all the way in the car. He loves to sleep in the car. He will even go to, if I'm running to the bank or something to, just
Yeah.
pick up something or drop something off, he gets in the car with me. So anyway, that was quite exciting. I hope he made it safely to Florida. There were lots and lots of trailers being hauled, I assume, to Florida and Texas and wherever for the snowbirds to go and spend their winter.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even realize, and then I heard yesterday about the Tennessee explosion.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Nashville. I was so surprised with that, and then I'm thinking,
Jamie and I were going to be there.
yeah, oh,
We really, up until like a week ago, we were, because we had 4 days
right,
off.
right.
And so we're empty nesters. My daughter's, old
well, in
enough.
Minnesota because we went to see her.
Yeah.
In Minnesota.
So we had 4 days and we thought, well, let's just go someplace,
Right.
just get away. We
Right.
had 4 days. And I was like, okay, where do you want to go? I don't know what's open. I don't know what states we can go to and not have to
Right.
quarantine,
Mhm.
all this stuff. And then it's like, what do you do?
When
what
you get
can
there.
you do?
Right.
And so we hemmed and hawed, and finally he was like, well, let's go to Nashville. Let's just stay downtown Nashville, and
There's always
there's
something
always
to
something
see.
we can do.
Yeah, you can walk and go by the older
Yeah.
buildings, and downtown's really cool. With
And
the-
it's warmer there.
Yeah.
We were going to go.
sure.
And so that's what we were like, we're going to do that. And then come the weekend came, and hotels were like super expensive.
Really?
I know, we thought it was quite odd.
I would have too,
Um,
because when I started looking in Florida with Disney and stuff, they were
Yeah.
actually like half price.
Yeah.
You could
well,
stay at a fancy, like the Swan or the Dolphin for like $100 a night. You're having a real trouble time with
It's the
that.
same earring.
Did you lose the back?
Well, I didn't put it back on it,
Well,
but it's
how
just
in the flying did you expect it to stay on?
Well,
the
it's
gravity.
It's a loop down one.
Yeah, it shouldn't just be.
I get this stuck on my head or something like that. Look at that.
You don't even have
What do you
pierced
think?
ears, do you?
Should I get pierced ears, guys? I think I should.
Know how they work. She doesn't have pierced ears.
Well, I'm
Hey,
going to
when
leave it
I
laying
had
there.
pierced ears, you had backings and you had clips, and when you put the loop kind like that, you had this little
Well,
like
I've
plastic
got
thing
little,
you had
little.
to like
Yeah, I've got
slide
some of
on
those.
here, and if you're
Most
not
of them don't.
coordinated, you're like
Give it
what?
back.
And then to get it
You're
on,
gonna lose it.
you have to
Give it
go
back.
like
Give it back.
this or
Give it back.
something.
Give it
Well,
back.
no, you don't have to.
And I'm gonna roll my eyes at them. Jeez.
She doesn't have the knack.
And I have no knack.
I raised 2 sons. I learned how to roll my eyes.
I can imagine. I just don't.
They roll their
I
eyes.
only have one daughter, so.
And I have a dog.
And she was perfect.
So
Well, of course
anyway,
she's perfect.
so this week, last week, and I think I showed you just the beginning of this when we were here last week because Rebel Purl, she sent us the other yarn. Remember?
Mhm.
It's really pretty.
This is Rebel Purl with
This one's
the twist.
twist.
Okay.
This is a colorway for twist.
And this is the Rebel Purl colorway, What the Flock.
Spiral.
See?
So this one's a little bit darker.
A little bit darker, a little bit different. And so I started a week ago and I finished my hat.
It is really pretty.
And
It
it's
is
such a
cute.
cute little hat.
It is a cute little hat. I have the pattern here so Sue can put it on. See, look how cute. It's just really cute. I gotta fix it.
Yeah, you gotta
this
fix the pom-pom.
But I
It's not
didn't
on there
know
very
if this
good.
one was gonna work. And I think it's gonna work. I wanted to see it in the light
you're
and
off
see it on
camera.
thing. I wanted to see it on light and
She's looking like Grinch, though.
She does. Her hair's a little weird.
You got the Grinch hair going on, girl.
yeah, I do. Sorry. And then I brought a white one just in case it was that. And then I was thinking maybe purple. And it's real sparkly. If you, I
Or
don't
how
know if
about
you
all
see.
three?
Oh,
White.
you could put.
Put all three together.
I have this really cool one that's neon, and it's got pink and green and yellow and orange and purple, and it really looks kind of cool with it because it's got this pretty blue and the purple at the top, so it really kind of looks cool. But it's about this big, and if I put it on my head,
It would just slide
because
right
this
off.
it's very lightweight. I used like a 4
It's
on
a
mine.
fingering, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is Rebel Purl Spiral, and this is Rebel Purl Twist. And it's what
Flock
the
around the
flock.
table, spiral,
yeah,
flop
yeah.
around the
Okay.
table, twist.
and this
And-
is the spiral with some savvy skeins added in. This is the
Fading stripes.
fading stripes,
That will start
and this
next
is
week.
a dropped. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh, shucks.
Ducky darns?
I found
So
one
you
at the
just have
top
to-
too.
Weave in the end.
Need a pin or something?
No, it looks
It's
like
not. It's like I got.
skip stitch or a slip.
Whatever.
Maybe you went in the bottom instead of
It's
the top.
a design.
It's a design element.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
have
it.
Sue put this in. It's called End of October Hat.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
for your hat. Yeah.
For my hat.
But
I
this-
probably am gonna do Mojito with my swirl,
Okay. And I'm going
which I will
to
start
attempt
next week.
magic loop mittens 2 at a time with my twist. Is what I'm going to
I don't know what I'm going to do.
And I have something else to show you guys.
Okay.
I was in my closet ironing on Christmas Day, and I
Okay.
looked back.
What's wrong with this picture?
I did. I iron. I like to iron.
Ironing and on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day, I was by myself, and all of a sudden I went in there and thought, what the hell, I'm going to go in and iron. So I went in and ironed. And partly because my entire closet was downstairs because it needed to be. And I was thinking I needed to get some of the T-shirts and things together for Florida, for
Sure.
my short sleeves and stuff.
Right.
So I thought, is this like never ending? I had done like 12
Well,
different
what?
things, shirts and stuff.
Ironed them.
Ironed them. And
I don't iron, guys.
I do. I love to iron. And so I moved the chunk that was behind the. Mikey puts them on a plastic.
It doesn't matter. Mikey puts them in one place, and then you iron them.
It's my system. He puts it on the plastic thing, and then I take and put it on the fancy one because I only have 120. Because if I
She's
don't
talking
have
about
a thing-
hangers.
hanger, then it's time to get rid of something because I don't have a hanger for it. But look what I found, guys. I thought I had gotten rid of it. This is the very first sweater I ever knitted.
And it's really nice.
It's very.
Check out my cute buttons. I bought the buttons before I finished it.
Oh my gosh, they have skulls on them, guys.
Skull and crossbones.
Skull and crossbones.
When I found the buttons, I thought this is what I was going to look like by the time I finished this thing. Because at first, I mean, I was making no progress, but you did it in pieces and stuff. It doesn't fit, but I put it on. But it doesn't fit. Well, it sort of does. But how do you like this? My very first sweater ever.
I love it.
I want our viewers to tell us what the very first big thing that you made or big accomplishment for you. Because most of our first projects is like a scarf, or hat or something like that. I want to know the very first thing that you were super, super proud of.
Oh, that you were proud of. I made Tim a sweater when he was a baby. I never finished it because his little head wouldn't go through the
hole,
the neck.
Aww.
No, he had a big head, big noggin.
Aww.
Which is
bless you.
This class was actually called Beyond Scarves.
Oh.
Is what they named it, and I'm thinking, okay, I didn't even imagine a sweater.
That it was going to be a sweater?
And she has you pick out a worsted, because they know that they've done this sweater. They did this sweater about 9,000 times, because nothing was written down. They just wrote it down and told you when you came to class, do this, and then go home, and then you'd write it out, so they could teach you how to
construct a sweater.
That and like every fourth row you decrease. So she had a way that she wrote it to teach us and everything. And so, and it was done like on 10s, 9s or 10s or something, which was perfect for me because I'm a tight knitter. And so I was like, a sweater? I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Well, then I made a mistake back here and my sister fixed it. And she just didn't care for the way my sister fixed the hole.
Oh.
So here I'm sitting there. She ripped it back. And she
took
it
gosh.
off the needles, right?
Oh, you just about had a conniption.
I'm not kidding you. There were tears coming down the sides of my eyes.
Oh, I'm sure.
I had no idea. I had never seen anybody do that, right?
Kelly, that's not possible. Don't do that. You're going to ruin my sweater.
I'm thinking, all that, it must have taken me 5 hours to get to that point anyway. So she puts it back on, and I'm enthralled. And then she puts it back to where I was in like less than 10 minutes.
Right.
And I'm thinking, holy crap. Am I ever going to get there? It was just amazing. And so, because everybody was like, you can't buy buttons until you get to the rib. And I was like, oh. But then I found these and I bought them anyway. So.
Always the red.
They're great. They're black.
They're black and they've got a skeleton on them.
Skull and crossbones.
Skull and crossbones. I figured I'd be super old. So there you have it. This is my very first sweater. Still doesn't look that bad. But
no.
I bet it's warm.
It is. It is warm.
Yeah.
But, the only thing is she didn't compensate for length and, stuff like that. She just kind of gave you a size and off you went. Probably figuring you'd go on to the next. And then I went to mittens, socks. She taught me how to make mittens too. And those are my ballistic mittens.
Who was the teacher? Do you remember?
Her name was Karen and Allison from, I did it at Rebel Knits. And unfortunately they've closed. But anyway, so I went in and they were so tight.
Oh, the mittens?
Yeah. Everybody thought I had felted them. And I had no idea what felting meant.
Right.
I had no idea. And they're like, wow, you did a really good job felting these. And I'm thinking, no, I knitted in them. I didn't understand what this felting was, I didn't know that you make it this big and then you shrink it and do something else with it and poke it with needles and stuff. And so I was like, I have no idea. And then some lady comes in and she's like, holy cow. She goes, the military could use them instead of Kevlar because they're like super tight. And I'm like, yeah, in a nuclear blast.
I'm surprised. She is a super tight knitter.
Yeah.
She's a very tight knitter, and I'm
up.
surprised.
I've loosened up over the years.
You have.
Yeah.
But I am surprised when using natural fibers that you actually don't pull the yarn apart.
Oh yeah,
sometimes
I did in the beginning. I'm
sure
not kidding. In the beginning, it would be like.
Yeah, don't do that to my yarn. Dang it, this is my orgasm yarn. She's gonna try and break it apart.
Breaking the orgasm. So yeah, I have to admit. And then I kept trying to think I would cast on with a bigger needle or two needles to kind of get it. And that first row would be like super loose. And then all of a sudden it would all go like this. It would just all lean in because I was
You're just
and then everybody's like, just knit the way you knit and you can adjust with needles and things. And my gauges and my swatches kind of helped me that way. Except my swatches come out. And then the minute I get to my
that's because you
object,
change.
I do. So I find that I do better by checking size when I'm going through. You know what I mean? And then making sure that I adjust in here. You know, and I adjust there. So anyway.
This one here doesn't usually swatch.
No, she doesn't usually swatch.
But she, to be fair, you don't usually make anything that is size required.
Right.
You do a lot of shawls.
I do a lot of shawls. And I really, maybe 2021 is the year to do a sweater.
Is it the year of the sweater?
I have made sweaters in the past, and they all have one sleeve. And that's it. I don't know what it is. I get to the second sleeve and go, eh.
We could just put your other arm in a swing.
Well, do you have those sweaters that you could complete? Just finish the other sleeve?
Kristen was gonna finish her dirty martini.
Dirty martini.
Yeah, I should bring that in. I actually got a 4th place with that one.
It's still in the same bag that I had it in. It's right there, and I look at that bag and think of Kristen and think, Kristen, get better.
I think so too. I think I think 21 is the year I'm going to do another sweater for me. I found one that's done with a bulkier, like worsted, heavier knit, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that because those big sweaters, you can make them bigger, and they're supposed to be
more sweatshirt
like versus a nice fitted sweater that everybody sees
I don't
a
need a fitted
Ravelry
sweater.
with these. With these beautiful cables and
I've got lumps and bumps that don't need to be exposed.
Well,
me neither.
Remember that? I don't know if you saw it. You saw it. That pink eyelash sweater.
Oh yes,
baby sweater.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! It was the fucking
Darlings.
cutest thing.
Oh yeah,
it was the fucking cutest thing. It was pink eyelash yarn, which you guys probably know, but it was at a yarn shop.
Yeah.
So it was not the stuff from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever. Yeah. But I think the stuff from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever would work.
Yeah.
The whole sweater, it was just a raglan sweater. But it was trimmed in white, just regular like white cotton yarn.
Yes.
But the whole sweater was made out of like baby pink eyelash. And then they had a hat.
And
that was trimmed in white with pink eyelash. You look like the pink abominable snowman. It was fucking fantastic, and I want to make it in like adult size for me.
Okay, well we need to make a road trip up there and go check it out.
Well, I seriously
not this winter. We're not going to Minnesota in the winter.
No,
I'm not afraid of Minnesota.
Well, I'm not afraid of Minnesota in the winter either. But
hey, it's called the airport.
It's better in the spring or the fall.
You just go down here to the airport, get on a plane, and if you get stuck, you just sit at the airport for a few hours.
Rate.
So I've done that at the airport. So at the airport, I slept at Chicago Airport overnight one night, which was on a super, super cold weekend. I was flying to Vegas. It is not something I want to do again, ever.
The only time I've
fly through Minneapolis Airport?
No, sleep in Chicago Airport.
Well, we were supposed to sleep in where were we? Denver. And I said, screw this. And so I went and we got a hotel right there. And we went to the hotel. And sure enough, we no sooner got into the damn hotel and they called us. We got in, we checked in. We're kind of screwing around, had something to eat and everything. It was a couple, 3-4 hours. And they said, well, the earliest we'll go out would be 9 by the time we can get a plane in, right? Well, there was a break in the weather and they brought the plane in. We no sooner got in bed and we're all kind of snuggling, giggling and everything. And the phone rings and I'm like, were we making a lot of noise? I'm thinking we're going to get yelled at, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, it was like, we need to have you here within the hour. We're going to be leaving. We're going to have a window. And it's like, okay. So we get to the damn airport. They load us all on. They're waiting for 2 people. And then they had an emergency come through where they had to stop everything and let somebody... Anyway, so long story short, we ended up sitting in that airplane for like 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And it was cold, you know. But anyway, I digress. But normally I don't have too much trouble. And the last time we did it, when we were in Boston, we had gone first class, so we had the lounge. So it was okay to sit in the lounge and sleep in the lounge.
Mom and I flew back from Grand Cayman one time and landed in Louisville, which is not the least bit convenient. And because the airplane that we were on was, I don't know, something was going wrong. So we landed in Louisville. We were there 8 hours.
Louisville is an hour away or 2 hours away. Rent a fucking car and drive home.
I did that once.
They kept saying
Chicago
that we're going to leave as soon as the replacement plane comes in.
Right.
Okay.
When's the replacement plane?
Well,
coming?
they didn't.
We flew home. It was from Savannah.
It'll be soon. It'll be soon.
Right. It was Savannah, and they had a snowstorm come
Savannah's
through.
a little bit longer of a drive.
Yeah, but I mean, normal, and that's beyond my normal.
Yeah, that's
limit.
way
That's
past, way
my
beyond
limit.
your
Past your
normal.
limit.
And so,
It's 9 hours.
and we dicked around in Savannah, knowing instead of sitting at the airport. You know, my
Yeah, but
mom's
it's
like,
a
well,
pretty-
let's go downtown and
pretty
we'll just shop. And,
Yeah.
you know, so we did this stuff. If we had gone to the airport earlier, we would have been on a flight to Chicago. Mikey could have picked us up.
There's a good yarn shop there, too.
I know. But I wasn't in the yarn bag then.
Oh.
So we ended up not being able to get home, and I'm like, okay. And then they couldn't guarantee that we'd get out. You know, they could get us to DC, and Mike's like, I'll get you a hotel room in DC, but there was no guarantee that they could get us. And I said, no. So anyway, we rented a car and we drove home, and
From where? Savannah?
Savannah went through Atlanta like at midnight or something.
Oh, that's a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time, and traffic was like flying. You know what I mean? But it was spring break, and there were no hotels along the way that we could stop and get.
Yeah.
So we did sleep in a couple rest areas, and then they didn't even charge me the return fee of the you know what I mean, the change fee to drop it off or something.
I only had one. I haven't flown nearly as much as this one, or this one probably. Lifetime. But I have flown a bit, and the only sort of mishap that I've ever had, I was flying from Rochester, Minnesota to my brother's in North Carolina, and it was a free ticket. It was a free ticket to my dad's, and I was 6 months pregnant. And so I had to fly from Rochester to Minneapolis to that airport, and then originally it was supposed to be from Minneapolis to Memphis, and Memphis into
Charlotte.
Greensboro. Because that's, whatever. That was the end destination. It didn't turn out that way. The Puddle Hop, the little 30-minute flight from Rochester up to Minneapolis, we got up there and then it was delayed. It got to the point where they weren't sure if they were going to get us to Memphis to get our connectors. So then we were supposed to, change our connectors. And then they finally, like everybody on the plane was connecting.
Oh, sure, because who would take?
So they finally announced that everything was good to go and they were going to go. I still hadn't changed my connectors. Then they said that our luggage was going to go, regardless of if we were going to go or not. If we chose to not go, our luggage was going to go. So I just, I just said, well, I'm going then.
Right.
And
I'm going with my suitcase.
I'm going with my suitcase. And turned out that probably wasn't the wisest decision. I should have just let my suitcase go, because by the time we got to Memphis, the airport was closed down. Couldn't make a connector. There was a postal convention going on in Memphis, so there really was no hotel rooms at all.
Ooh, party with the postal workers.
But
Woo!
thankfully, I was pregnant, and the lady that was sitting next to me, she was an elderly lady. And so the airlines kind of took pity on both of us.
Sort of like your neighbors here.
Yeah, took pity on us and put us in the penthouse suite, the only room left. Yeah, so we ended up in the penthouse suite, and after midnight, like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, and they did get us on a connector flight at 6 o'clock in the morning, so we had like 3 hours of sleep or whatever. And then we had to go from Memphis to Greensville, Spartanburg, South Carolina, and that thing was on a puddle hot plane. This was a crop duster. I can't even. It was a crop duster. I think there was 4 seats in it. Yeah, and like the co-pilot had a little tray on a pulley system that, you know, it just slid back and you could take a soda or a water off of it or something. Oh my gosh.
You can
and
see
my
the
brother,
gas gauge
this was
going like
before,
this.
yeah, this was before cell phones. So my brother lived like 4 hours away from the airport that he was supposed to be picking me up from.
And there's no way to get
I
that.
had no way of getting
Right.
in touch with him. So he had already left his house to go to the airport by the time I realized I wasn't going to be there on time for him. So he ended up
and you didn't
sleeping in his car because he didn't have extra money.
Because you don't have the
it's
internet
just
to check
awful.
if the flight's coming in. And you could call them and they're like, well,
Yeah,
yes,
no.
there's a delay. Well, how long is the delay? Well, there's a delay. That's all we can say, you know.
Yeah.
My husband and I flew to British Virgin Islands. This was back when we were, before we started scuba diving, which is neither here nor there. But we flew in, we were going to the Bitter End Yacht Club. We flew into San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Just a place I'd like to go to.
It was wonderful.
Oh, okay.
Bitter end is the end of your rope when you're a yachtsman. That's the end.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get into Puerto Rico, San Juan, and the airport there is fine, but we didn't know. From there, we had to get another plane to get into the British Virgin Islands.
Right.
And we're just kind of wandering around the luggage place, and this guy walks up to us and says, "You going to the Bitter End?" Yeah. He said, "Okay, you're with me." And he didn't have names. He didn't have a card that he held up. He just said, "Oh, I can always pick you guys out."
Yeah, because you're all...
We all look alike.
Huh?
Anyway,
What?
so we get on this 6-seater, and he's passed around a piece of paper saying, "Tell me what your weight is."
Right, so that you can distribute it.
Yeah, so we can get you guys.
Yeah.
And you walk up to the plane and you see furnace tape.
You would think if it was that important that they would have a fucking scale that you would get on because...
No, see, I've done that.
I would lie. My driver's license is incorrect. I would freaking lie.
Well, and the thing
maybe
is,
not in that circumstance.
I've flown on a plane like that as well, where you had to weigh in. Anyway, that's when you go to those little islands, that's what happens. And we land at this airport, and it's like one of those where you got the mountain here and the ocean here.
Right.
And you kind of go, boom,
Yeah.
and you land. And it's the terminal.
And your stomach comes out.
Right.
And the terminal is like a little Quonset hut, and they pack you in a Jeep,
Yeah.
and they drive you around the island like a bat out of hell and dump you at a
Fantasy Island.
and they dump you at a dock.
The plane.
And then a boat comes across the
To take
harbor,
you to the Bitter End.
and
It's the Bitter End.
it was like, oh my God, are we ever going to get there?
I know.
But it was fabulous. It was it was a wonderful.
First time I went to the islands.
We went
was the
back a
same
second
thing.
time.
The stuff they threw our luggage in this truck that you know must have been 97 years old.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a day, and you're just thinking, bye underwear. I'm never going to see you again. See you later. You know.
And in 20 minutes, I'm really going to need another pair.
Exactly, because the way they drive, seriously, you're in this bus, and the road's not even this big, and somebody's coming at you, and these guys just are going, and you're like, boy, they're cooking stew in that house. You know what I mean? It was terrible.
You have never driven. We went to the Philippines. My son's first wife was Filipina.
Right.
And we went to Manila.
Yeah.
And they drive like idiots. They drive, I mean, you're on this 2-lane road. It's supposed to be 1 lane going this way, 1 lane going this way. And it would be 3 lanes all going the same direction.
Right.
With all of them honking their horns.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bizarre. It was like, what happens?
That's the way they drive.
Yeah.
It's just what you're used to.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like,
I know.
We're used to American.
We're used to people going
Well, we're
orderly fashion.
Well, yeah,
more or
I mean,
less.
but it's like that in a lot of places. I mean, even in Ireland, when you're driving on the back roads, I mean, they're big enough for maybe one car, and you've got two going, and I can understand why they kind of push the smaller cars. You know what I mean? The compact,
absolutely.
because
We rented a car when we were there, and both of the outside mirrors were damaged.
Yeah,
and it's because of the hedgerows.
Hedgerows. So
And
anyway.
Yeah.
All
right, before we digress even further, Micah does have some
Yeah,
new
she
yarn
does
to show
need-
you.
Oh, I have
so
some
we want
new-
to show
this
that. We're
is-
talking and jabbering
this is from
here, like.
Yeah, we are
Shannon.
jabbering.
You can kind of tell we haven't been around people much this week.
Yes.
You've
My
said
mother is-
more.
my
No,
mother's a
you've
people.
talked more this week than what you normally do, and I've been a lot quieter than what I normally am.
Okay.
So let her show the yarn.
This is from Shannon. This is Yarn Baby. And this colorway is roller derby.
What's the dyer's name?
Her name is Shannon. The
The yarn company.
Yarn Baby.
Yarn Baby.
Yarnbaby.biz.
Baby.
Isn't that gorgeous?
I love this. Look at the colors in this, guys.
Isn't that
that
pretty?
great?
Look at that.
So I contacted Shannon. So hi Shannon, I hope you're watching.
Yarn Baby.
Love this yarn. It's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, look at her. Look at her logo. That is so cool.
She
Cute.
so
I
I'm
love
looking
that.
forward.
I love this. I love the saturation of the color on this.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm
Roller
really
derby.
happy with it.
Roller derby.
So
It's a
I am
merino.
anxious to cast this on, and I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. I probably should have ordered more. I could make a sweater, a
That
t-shirt.
would be a t-shirt.
Maybe that's what
sweater.
I'll do, or a couple
Oh
more
my
skeins
gosh.
and make
That
a
is
short sleeve sweater.
That's
Yeah.
a fantastic logo. That is a fantastic logo.
It really is. Isn't that cute? I mean,
Look at that.
it's so
It's
cute.
an updo with like yarn balls. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love it.
So cute.
So I have been, like I said, I've been in
And
touch
where's
with
she at?
Shannon.
You remember? Let me
Huh?
see.
Oh,
It doesn't say on
It
there.
doesn't say,
Oh,
and I
okay.
don't.
Don't remember?
I'll have
we
to
don't
look
need
at
to
the
stalk
packing
her.
slip.
She's somewhere here in the U.S.
Yeah, somewhere in the U.S. I've got, but when I ordered
That'd be
it,
a
I
cool
contacted
thing.
her and let her know that we do this every week, and that I
It'd be
asked,
really cute.
I asked if it was okay
So a
if we
hairstyle.
review
Look at a
it.
hairstyle, and we can put pom-pom in it, and give me the other
Don't
one.
mind me.
We got to do a
Don't
hair
mind
thing.
her.
Anyway,
I could be like Princess Leia.
Princess Leia, there you go. With yarn. She started a trend, didn't even know it. So that's beautiful.
I love.
Isn't that pretty?
I love
You know
that.
what you should
That's
do?
fun.
You could do this for like the sleeves and around the top, and then do a solid color in the center.
no.
Oh, I love that
for a
look.
sweater
Yeah.
out of
No.
fingering.
Chili-
she
chili
can't
no.
get. She
No.
can't get dirty martini done, and that's with worsted, isn't it?
Yes.
Maybe.
No, Rios. We
was
did them with
Rios.
Malibu
Rios?
Ghost.
Yeah.
No,
Rios
there you go.
is
It's
worsted.
worsted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
She's had that
almost.
done, and you think she's going to do a full sweater with fingering?
Um,
You're out of your mind, woman.
How's your poncho coming?
I've almost got the first half done.
Yay! See, I knew she'd get there. So
I had to think about it because because it's coming up here on the shoulders, and I've got it on one needle, so I need to get this shoulder up far enough,
Right.
and then I can cast off. Anyway, and then I have to come over and do this shoulder. But I had to figure out in my mind how I was going to do
Right,
that
right.
because the way it was written, I thought,
yeah.
yeah.
You
So-
need it to cross, as I call the brain barrier there, and it takes a little while sometimes, to get
sometimes-
across that river.
Yes.
You know, it's over the river and through the woods to the other half of the brain we go.
But I
so.
think,
And she's wearing.
I'm wearing, this is Fading
An
Stripes.
FO.
And it is,
And she's wearing her.
Yeah, I'm wearing my
And it's still on. I'm impressed.
berry twist. Berry
Yeah.
berry twist.
so this is Fading Stripes, and this is,
So
my
cute.
strings are
Fading
here.
stripes. She's done with it minus 0.5 because she hasn't wove her ends.
I haven't done the ends, but I have blocked it. And
I like this. This
Savvy
is fun.
Skeins and your twist.
my Savvy Skeins and
And
the
Rebel Purl twist.
Rebel Purl. Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah, I'm real happy with it. And I think that,
I'm looking forward to starting it. Because I have the Mapito already done, so I'm going to start the...
yeah, see, and I've done
Yeah.
Mojito and I've just done this. I don't know what I'm
So
going to do.
what are you
for
going
a
to do
knit-
with the
knit
knit
along?
Yeah.
I may do that woolsia
Okay.
I've
That's
done
an
that
Amber
before, but I really
Orion
like.
one.
Oh, look at this.
Isn't that cute?
It is pretty.
Well,
Except for all of these strings that haven't been tied in.
you know, I shouldn't tie
Oh,
it
but
in
look
there.
at this, guys. This is so much fun.
And the
Oh my goodness.
yeah, put the
Watch
hand.
the pom pom.
Pom pom just came off.
I know. I didn't finish it off. 'cause
Here, I have
didn't
to take my
Here, put it
big
on.
clip on so I can put this on. Oh,
Look at you!
That is cute.
And see if I make mittens. Raise a bonus.
yeah, it's just one of my notifications.
Oh, okay. There was a
An
pig come
advertisement.
flying across the screen here. So
Yeah, I just got a
hey,
notification.
it fits. You should make it. It looks really good on you.
It does look good.
Hey, yeah, it looks great. And this looks really good with your pinky too.
I'm just all,
You're just
I'm
all
rolled up.
together.
You
so,
are. You're going to be sweating
I'm
soon.
going to be
yeah,
sweating in a
she
minute.
really is. So on that note,
Right.
we'll probably kind of draw this to a conclusion
But
for the day.
this little guy that I have on under here
It's
is very twist.
very twisted.
It's one of my patterns, guys. If you want a copy, it's in show notes. I'll email it to you. It's free.
Eventually, I'll get an Unravelry, but it's going to take a while.
It's free.
I'm not that smart.
So if you want a copy of it, it's one skein of worsted.
Speaking of Ravelry, which you mentioned in passing, we started a group.
Yep.
And I know that we talked about it last week, but Deb and I are both responding to comments and questions and so forth. So feel free to get on and join us and, make your feelings known and also comment. I personally love the comments.
I do too.
And I'm going to figure out how to do like pictures and things like that and get an actual thread thing going like they talk
You
about
have
on
threads.
this.
You have
Well,
threads
no,
going.
but I mean like a thread, like a specific, you can do specific threads.
Like topics?
Like topics. And
There
like
are
from there.
3 topics in there.
Yeah.
Really, I don't know. I just kind of looked at it and if I saw that I had
And you click on
responded,
it and that
and then-
goes into that's a thread.
okay, then I got
It's
it.
a thread.
Well, to me, a thread
Ryan,
is this.
where are you? We need you to
This
help
is a
Deb.
thread. Oh, hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Okay, well, it's not going to say thread.
Okay.
If there's a topic on there,
Then that's a thread.
then that's a thread.
Okay.
And you click on that, and there's like 67 comments.
Bring up the coffee.
Gotta keep her on. Yeah. She needs it. We need her.
I'm-
She's just our go-to girl.
I'm not in Ravelry.
She's not in Ravelry, but she knows stuff. She knows people who knows people, and then they know the stuff, and then we contact those people to get the information, and then I have it, but it
I don't know what
doesn't
she's
get
talking
She
there.
about.
is rambling, just totally rambling.
I know what I'm saying. They just haven't figured it out. It's
Yeah,
these two.
we just don't know what
It's
we
these
have no idea
two.
what she's talking
It's
about.
these two. So anyway,
Do we have anything else?
no, I think we're okay.
Nope, I think I'd
For all the anxiety, have a good and safe New Year. For all the
Oh my
things
gosh.
we forgot. Bling, bing, poo, boo, boo. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That was our
Okay.
New Year's party.
Okay.
Okay.
now we're going to have a donut.
But leave us a comment
no,
below.
have a donut.
I want them to leave us a comment below of the first thing that they ever
Yes.
knit or crocheted
Right.
that they were super mega proud of.
And that you would have posted it if there was an avenue to post.
Yeah, back in the dark ages.
Or you can hashtag Flock Around the Table on Instagram and show us a picture of it.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Or start another thread in Ravelry
Ravelry.
and show us there.
And tell us there, and if you even have the pattern or anything. My sweater was a pattern that was originally one, like from a magazine or something.
Mhm.
But these guys had been doing it and teaching this class for so long
that they just told you
that
how
they
to do it.
sort of wrote it out and handed it to us.
Okay,
and
we already
so
went through that.
So
We
anyway,
don't need to go through that
yeah,
again.
we don't need to go. But anyway,
I
So
will show
thank
you
you.
mine next week.
okay, for 2020, thank you. For us, it was a crummy year for everybody because of everything that happened. But in a good sense, because
But
of
this
what
was
happened,
fun.
This came
This,
about.
came
this
about.
is, yeah.
because of being kind of,
Yeah.
stuck
She
together.
just rambles for the sake of rambling.
I do not. I'm trying to get it out, and it's just not going from here to here. I mean, it's stuck up here, and it needs to
Guys,
go
It's
there.
not stuck.
Guys, have a great week. We will see
Take
you
care.
next
Stay
Sunday.
healthy. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.